Hello, 5th graders. Welcome to Lesson 8.3, Connect Fractions to Division. Please pause to write the lesson number and title in your notebook. This lesson's objective is to interpret a fraction as division and solve whole number division problems. Please pause again to write the objective in your notebook. Hello, 5th graders. I'm going to start by talking about the part above the unlock the problem. If you look at the part above the unlock the problem, it's giving us a hint about this lesson. It's showing us that a fraction can also be written as a division problem. For example, if I have 3/4, then that means I have cut my whole group into fourths, so I have 4 pieces, and I have 3 of those pieces, 3/4. I can also think of that as 3 divided by 4, or 3 inside the house and 4 outside. This kind of connection is what we're going to be working on today. Let's look at the second example. I have 12 pieces of 2. Now, this is an improper fraction, but it does make sense. I have 12 pieces of 2 would mean that I have 6 wholes, but that would look like 12 divided by 2, which would give me 6. So we're going to look at this relationship of division and fractions. Let's begin by reading the unlock the problem. There are 3 students in a craft class and 2 sheets of construction paper for them to share. What part of the construction paper will each student get? Use a drawing. So first off, in the green box, it tells us to circle the dividend. Remember, the dividend is the one inside the house, the one that is going to be split up. So it says that I have 2 sheets of paper. And the divisor, that's what I'm going to share by, that's the one on the outside, is 3 students. I have 3 students who are going to share 2 pieces of paper. And I know that I'm going to get a fraction answer because if I had 3 pieces of paper, each student would get 1 piece of paper. But I only have 2 pieces of paper, so that means that I'm going to be getting a fraction answer. So we're going to be dividing 2 things into groups of 3. So let's look at this drawing. It says, draw lines to divide each piece of paper into 3 equal pieces. So each student is going to get a piece of each piece of paper. So here's my 2 pieces of paper split into thirds. Each piece of paper now has thirds. Step 2 says count the number of thirds that each student gets. Since there are 2 sheets of construction paper, each student will get 2 of the 1/3 because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 total, and if I split that by 2, then I get 3. So each student will get 2 times 1/3. I could color code this and say that 1 student gets green, 1 student gets yellow, and 1 student gets red. And you can see that all of my pieces are used. I have 3 students shared 2 pieces of paper. My step 3 and 4 are on the next slide, so make sure you have everything written down before we move on. All right, continuing on. In the step 2, we had 2 times 1/3 because each student was going to get 2 pieces and each piece was 1/3 sized. So 2 times 1/3 would give me 2/3. Each student is going to get 2 pieces out of 3. So we can call that fraction 2/3. And if we look at this and we relate it to the understanding that we had at the very top, this would be 2 things divided by 3, which would give us a fractional answer. And if you start to notice the pattern, the numerator always goes inside and the denominator goes outside. Step 4, let's check our answer. If we have 2/3 times our quotient, or our divisor, which was 3, then remember we have invisible 1 underneath. We're multiplying. 2 times 3 gives me 6, and 3 over 1 gives me 3, and 3 goes into 6, 2 times. So that means that we're correct because there's only 2 pieces of paper. So each student will get 2/3 of a piece of paper. Great job, 5th graders. Let's keep going with the example. All right, in our example, it says that 4 friends are going to share 6 granola bars. How many granola bars will each friend get? So we're going to divide 6 things by 4 people. We're going to share them equally. So step 1 says draw lines to divide each of the 6 bars into fourths because we're going to share with 4 people. So we're going to split this into 4 pieces, each one into 4 pieces. Okay, so that means that each friend for every bar will get 1/4 of the bar. So if we count the number of fourths each friend will get, then since there are 6 granola bars, each friend will get 6 of the fourths. So you consider if friend number 1 is blue, he's going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if I can do friend number 2 in green, he would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he would get 1 of each piece. Friend number 3 is going to be in yellow, so he gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll do our last friend in black. He gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So every bar that I split up into fourths, each person is going to get 1/4 of it. So each person is going to get 6 pieces of the 4 in the bars. So we can write this as a fraction, 6/4. 6/4, however, is an improper fraction. So remember, 4 goes into 6 one time. And if I take 6 minus 4, I'm left over with 2. So I get 2/4, and 2/4 is the same as 1/2. So if I took 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, makes 1 whole granola bar, plus 2 extra pieces makes 1/2 of a granola bar. So each friend is going to get 1 whole granola bar and 1/2. Let's finish step 4. It says, since 6/4 times 4 equals 6, then each friend will get 6/4 or 1 1/2 over granola bar. Great job so far, 5th graders. Let's move on to the lesson activity. Today's lesson activity is to try this section from your lesson pages. Go ahead and answer the questions on your lesson pages and be prepared to show your teacher when you go to the teacher table. I'll get you started. Miss Ruiz has a piece of string that is 125 inches long. For a science experiment, she divides the string equally among 8 groups of students. How much string will each group get? We can represent this problem as a division. We could represent it as 125 divided by 8. 125, let's do the math. 8 goes into 12 one time, which is 8. Subtract and I'm left over with 4. Bring down the 5. 8 goes into 45 5 times, which is 40. Subtract and I'm left over with 5. Now, this means that we're going to have a remainder or a fraction answer. So remember, the 15 is our whole number. The leftover bits are our numerator. And our denominator doesn't change. Our denominator is the divisor. So that means that we have 15 and 5/8 inches of string for each student. So step 2 says write this as a mixed number in simplest form. So let's think about what is simplest form. Do 5 and 8 share any factors? You answer the question and fill in the blank. They may be the exact same answers because it might be in simplest form. Then answer the question, how much string will each group get? Great job, 5th graders!